The cult leader slowly walked up to the paralyzed man and saw him place his hand on his thin and weak calves. His previously withered muscles instantly filled up, his veins gradually receded, and his skin regained a healthy luster. The man's legs trembled slightly, but miraculously stood up in the shocked eyes of everyone, and the believers in the audience were completely boiling. He walked towards a pale and seriously ill little girl again. He reached out his hand and gently touched her shoulder. After a moment, the girl's once haggard face regained its rosy color, and her eyes shone again, like a new light. Then, a man covered in burned scars walked over and took off his clothes, revealing a large area of scars. The leader calmly reached out his palm and aimed it at him. In the blink of an eye, the scars disappeared, and the man's skin returned to its original state. The believers were completely insane. Behind this miracle lies the terrifying truth of organ transplantation and superpowers. 3 years ago, a young deceased person with a mysterious natural imprint on his body had his organs transplanted to 6 people according to a donation agreement. The recipients not only recovered much faster than medical norms, but also gradually awakened their superpowers, and the same mysterious pattern appeared on their bodies. The cult leader is the 6th transplanter, who underwent a pancreas transplant and gained the ability to touch and take the life of others. He suddenly grabbed a blooming flowering tree, and in an instant the tree withered. The leader showed excitement and immediately led people to his private hospital for verification. He grabbed a doctor who was preparing for surgery without hesitation, and the doctor's vitality was quickly drained, turning into a dried corpse. The old man chuckled strangely at the sight, as if he had found a way to prolong his life. The people around him were terrified, but he didn't stop and turned to the patient on the operating table. A scream echoed in the hallway, and in the end everyone in the operating room was drained of life by him, and no one survived. But he was not satisfied and longed to gather all his superpowers to become a god. He first set his sights on the uncle's healing ability and sent someone to kidnap him to the hospital operating room. However, even if he was injected with lethal doses of anesthesia, he could not harm the uncle. It turned out that the abilities of superhumans were ineffective against their own kind, so the leader had to force the doctor to perform surgery. In the end, he successfully seized the healing ability, not only curing his own aging, but also achieving rejuvenation, transforming from an elderly person to a young appearance. In order to strengthen the church and consolidate the fervent faith of believers, the church leader began to frequently display miracles in the temple, making paralyzed people stand, healing seriously ill girls, and eliminating burned scars. Each miracle made the believers even more fervent, shouting miracle in unison. But his ambition did not stop. He ordered the arrest of the other 4 superpowers.